All right, we're back and I have a myriad of tasks I have to complete today. The first of which is finishing the handrail and pouring concrete in the cinder blocks. After that, I have 3 small culverts that I have to dig out the head of the culvert because it's all plugged up, and I'm gonna put in fence screening to kind of help stop some of the trash from going into the culvert, plugging them up, and then overflowing my roads. So basically that's what the day is gonna be. Let's get to work. Alrighty, this shouldn't take too awfully long. Try to remember what I did here, roughly like that, give or take. Cut this at an angle real quick. So we can set this on here. That's good on them. You always want to drop those on the ground when you can. Come up here, run a few screws in our top post. We'll cut off our top post. Now I can measure for our support board at 97.5, 97.5, and try to remember what this angle is. Get a couple screws ready here. All right, let's get our center one put in. So I need to cut a 45 on this board. And now we cut it to 8 inches long from the short point, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. And all that does is give us something to screw to and support all this stuff with. That's better. Now we should be able to take these guys, cut a angle on them, and drive them in the ground for some supports like I did on the other side. Go grab my hammer. Attach out with a couple screws. Grab another one here for the other side, because 2 is better than 1. Drive this one in over here. I think we'll cut this one off before I destroy it anymore, since it's already cracked. Run a few screws into it. That's much better. Okay, so now the handrail's done, as you can see. The sucky part is the dirt washed in my cinder block, so I'm gonna have to try to clear some of the dirt out. I'm not going crazy, just enough to where I get a little bit of concrete down in them, and just so I can level out the tops the best I can. So I'm going to clear out the dirt real quick. I will take those 6 bags of concrete back up to the top, mix them in the bucket with the hose, get them all ready, and then drive down here with it and shovel it into these cinder blocks and kind of smooth the tops out so they make nice even little steps. So let's get to that. Just going to get some of the dirt out, not all of it. Now we can go mix the concrete. I think I'm going to cut open 3, mix them up, and then I'll pour the other bags in one at a time. We'll start down at the bottom, work our way up. Hopefully I have enough concrete. I had my notes to get 10 bags, but for some reason I only grabbed 6. I don't know what I was thinking. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. I obviously don't want it too smooth because I don't want people to slip on it. I guess flat would be more of the word I'm going for rather than smooth. So that's that on the stairs. I believe we're all done other than putting rock up top. And I'll probably put a little bit of gravel down here just so that's not a muddy mess. Gravel from the road to the steps whenever I get gravel, which will be a few months probably. But now we have flat steps that are all full of concrete, so they should stay pretty solid. They won't last forever, but they'll last long enough. Heck yeah. Let's get on to addressing the culvert problem. I'm gonna rinse out the bucket and rinse off the tools. Now I gotta run over here and pick up my drive-in stakes I got for building my cages around the culverts. Okay, so my plan is I have culvert here. As you can see, it collects crap really bad. And I have two more smaller culverts about this same size that really need screens to protect from leaves, sticks when it gets really high floodwaters. Because over the past like week and a half, we've got probably around a foot of rain. It's been insane. One day we got like 6-7 inches of rain in 4 hours. And as you can tell, it's flooding over here all the way down and run over the road, and then eroding the road downstream. So I'm going to clean this out, and then I have drive-in stake. I'm going to drive in one there, one in the middle, and kind of bow a piece of hog panel fencing, which I have quite a bit of, to kind of help stop the debris. And I can keep an eye on it and throw the stuff out, and it won't necessarily plug the culvert. So that's my plan anyway. It's not going to be perfect, but it should help at least when like the flash floods happen. So we got 3 of those to put in. One culvert is really plugged up, so it's going to take a while to dig it out. Not looking forward to it, but we'll start here and work our way down. All right. First thing I gotta do is get some of these sticks and stuff out of here. We'll take them and throw them somewhere else later to kind of get rid of them. Pick up any trash we see. Might have to hook onto this. Oh, with the tractor. Let's just hook onto that real quick with the tractor and yank it out of here and be done with it. All right, that worked pretty good. I'm probably also gonna I have those slabs of sidewalk up there. Probably take and slide one right here just to kind of help this dirt from going anywhere. I don't know if this will come out of here or not. Well, that's attached all the way up there. All right, I don't think that's going anywhere. So, I think what I'm gonna do is put my screen way back here. And some of this will inevitably plug it over the next couple weeks, but I can get rid of it as I need to, and then we're good. So we'll drive in our stakes and then we'll get our hog panel. Drive one in here. That'll be probably about right. We'll drive one in here. A little bit more. We'll go one right about here. My thought process is I can bend it in a U shape around here. It'll hold it in place for one, and for two, as it plugs up, the water can kind of rush around it a little bit so it doesn't actually like flood over it. I don't know, just a learning process. Let me go grab a hog panel real quick. Okay, so I found a hog panel that's about cut into the right shape already. It's off of an old chicken coop my dad built. Oh yeah. So, if I can bend it around like so, might take some doing, but actually that's not half bad. And if I can kind of bend it around this one, like so, it'll kind of lock itself in place. If I can get lucky and do the same thing over here. I'll have to get some heavy duty cable ties. It's one thing I forgot, but that ought to actually work pretty good. I'll get some cable ties later to strap it to those posts, but I think that'll work. So if you can see what I got going on here, got a U shape. The water flows from this way. The brush, I hope, will kind of get lodged on the sides, but still allow water to go through and get to my culvert so it can actually drain like it's supposed to. I'm sure I'll still battle it a little bit, but that should be way better. Now, need to get this log dragged out of the way. We're gonna drag it over there somewhere for now. And then up top, I have some concrete slabs. I'm gonna push like a 4 to 5 foot concrete slab here to kind of help direct the water into the culvert. So let's get to that. push it into place here. I hope. I think I can kind of push it the rest of the way with a shovel. As long as that doesn't actually like block the water, but I think it shouldn't. We'll find out first time it rains. Gotta kind of pry it into place here. That should help at least stop some of the erosion right there. Guide the water into the culvert. So that's that one done. All right, so we're at the next culvert. It looks like water comes from both directions because it does at the moment, but it won't forever. So I'm not putting a screen on that side because that'll all be eventually filled full of dirt and that side won't be a problem. So all I have to do is right here somewhere, put a very small, like 5-foot screen, because the water comes from a culvert over there, which I have to unplug as well. It comes down through this little channel, through this culvert, under my road, down to the creek. So we'll get this one in real quick, but what I'm gonna do first is dig out this silt, kind of make that a little deeper. That way it can hold some more water before it finally exits through the culvert. So we're gonna dig it out real quick, then we will put in our screen. That was close. I'm going to finish digging this out with the bucket of the tractor, and then I will clean that out with a shovel. Then we can drop our screen in. All right, now clean this culvert head out. think we'll come back to right around here. Maybe right here. Put one there, put one there. And I'll have to get a third one here in a minute. We'll grab one more. Put it right in the middle, just a little ways back. All right, now I gotta go find a hog panel to fit in here, about 6 foot wide or so. All right, I have a piece. I don't know that it's long enough. It's only about 5 foot. See if I can make it work or not here. Close, but I don't think it's gonna work unless I move this back, which I probably won't be able to pull it out by hand. Can't believe I did that. All right, I think if I pry this one over, and hopefully I don't run any sharp objects into my flesh. All right, that actually worked perfectly. And then if I take this and drive it in, I think I can make that work. All right, that'll actually work perfectly. Good deal. So now one culvert left, and hopefully I can clear out the head of that culvert without having to get a mini excavator or something over here because it's bad. But let's run over there and see what we can make happen. Did notice the other day when I was down here, we have this dead elm tree that is stuck in the top of this big sycamore. So just a little bit of a health hazard being here. I'm gonna have to get rid of this tree one day, but kind of just hoping it falls on its own, then I can clean it up after. But there is a culvert that goes under this road that connects to the one I just did. So I gotta find it under here. It's obviously buried, so hopefully I can find it. It's right here somewhere. Holy crap, that's deep down there. And I cannot get the tractor to here. Well, this is probably not gonna happen. I think I'm gonna have to get Dad's backhoe over here, providing none of the hoses are popped or nothing, which I think there's a blown up cylinder on it, so that may not be a possibility. I'm gonna have to get something over here, rent a mini excavator or something to dig this all out. But this is not gonna happen today. It's way deeper down than I thought. It's way worse than I thought. So this will have to be a different day and a different episode. I was hoping to get these all done today, but I underestimated how bad this was gonna be. The last time I saw this one, the water was literally up to here and overflowing where the tractor's at. So, oh well. We'll get a mini excavator or something to get this cleaned up here soon.